Maybe I should be listening to Goodreads reviews a little bit more. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't know exactly what lesson I'm hoping to learn from this. Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda and today I'm going to be starting a new series. I know I just started a new series, but I'm really excited about this one, so we're going to be starting it too. It seems that all of my series have something to do with cleaning off my TBR, so of course this one also has something to do with that as well. But this time I am going to be doing something called highs and lows. And what that simply means is I am going to pick some kind of category and go onto Goodreads and find the highest rated book and the lowest rated book for that category. And then I'm going to read both of them and compare the two and see if Goodreads knows anything at all. Basically, I'm just trying to clean off my TBR, but I'm doing it in a way that hopefully will allow me to enjoy it a little bit more by comparing. Anyways, for this first time, I am going to be doing books that start with the letter A. On Goodreads, if you get rid of all of the books that haven't been published yet or are a later book in a series that I haven't started reading yet, I only have 16 books starting with the letter A, so it was pretty simple to narrow things down. So for the highest rated book, which was 4.24 out of 5 stars, is called The Age of Myth, and I can tell you right now, I don't know anything about this book. I really don't like learning about books before I read them. I know I have the audiobook available to me, and I know that it is the first in a series of 6. I'm also pretty sure it's epic fantasy, which is my favorite genre, so I already have a feeling that I'm going to really like this one. The lowest rated book on my TBR with the letter A was And the Ocean Was Our Sky, and it is rated 3.62 out of 5 stars. Now, I generally don't add anything to my TBR if it's lower than 3.5. Every once in a while, there is a rare occasion where I will, and I go through pretty consistently and clean things out to make sure. So I don't have anything like super low on here, but you know what? I want to enjoy myself. I don't want to make myself miserable. Anyways, I do know a small bit about this book. I know that it is illustrated in some parts. I have the audiobook, so unfortunately I won't get to see those beautiful illustrations, but it's quite short, and I know it's about whales, and it's supposed to be a metaphor between whales and humans. And I also have a special connection to this book because I first found out about it when I was traveling in Ireland, so I felt like I have to like it because I found it when I was abroad on a good time in my life. But you know what? That doesn't mean anything necessarily. I am going to get started reading these books, and I will let you know where they go and how they turn out. Okay, I have finished my first book for the challenge. I decided to start with And the Ocean Was Our Sky because it was shorter, quick read, let's get through it, yada yada yada. I hated it. Wow, I didn't think I was going to dislike it so much, honestly. I was ready to be like not loving it by the end, but I really did not like it. I'm gonna go over some quick notes with you guys, and then hopefully we can move on to something more positive. First off, the illustrations were gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. That's what drew me into the book in the first place, and that's what made me want to read it. So 5 out of 5 stars for the illustrations. 1 out of 5 stars for the actual writing in the book. Some of my biggest complaints are, 1, it was boring. I just wasn't interested in the story at all. 2, the whole entire idea behind the metaphor of the story was like, not everyone wants to be a warrior, and that was the biggest lesson I learned from it. Also, there were tons of other lessons, but whales aren't warriors in the sense of like they hunt humans, and that's how this book presented them, as like they had boats that they sailed around on and hunted humans for our like bones and our supplies and everything. Like basically whales and humans both did things that humans do in the real world, and it just wasn't believable. And honestly, I felt that metaphor was kind of dumb, and I hate to use that word, but that's just how it felt. The book was short, thankfully. That was another good aspect of it, but even in how short it wasn't short enough. I zoned out, I didn't pay attention, I was half listening through most of it, honestly, and I ended up skimming the last 50%. Maybe there is someone out there who would enjoy this book, but based off of the reviews it has on Goodreads, which was the reason why I'm doing this, I don't think there are many people who really seem to be loving this book. Well, hello once again. Today I am returning to you because I finished Age of Myth. So Age of Myth is a high epic fantasy novel that follows multiple characters in the aftermath of a human killing a god, and basically what that means for all of mankind and all of godkind. It's like the brink of a war. Like, I feel like in the next few books we're gonna get the brink of a war, and then maybe book 3 we're gonna actually get the war. I don't know. Yeah. So you follow multiple characters, some women and some men, some representation of all types of people, which was wonderful because, as I am a huge complainer of, you don't see that enough in fantasy, and I really liked it. It was wonderful because it was this epic fantasy, but it was also 430 pages. Goodreads is telling me it was 432 pages exactly. I love high fantasy. I love epic fantasy. I love big books. Give me a book over 1,000 pages any day of the week. But every once in a while, it's nice to have something a little bit shorter. I ended up rating this book 5 out of 5 stars. I loved it. I basically, from chapter 1, I knew it was going to be at least a 4-star. And then from chapter 2, I knew it was going to be a 5-star. The only reason why in chapter 1 I wasn't totally sure was because in chapter 1, there was only male POVs. You meet like 5 characters in chapter 1, and some of them die, some of them don't. But all 5 of them are male. And then chapter 2, you meet like 5 female characters, and eventually some of them die, some of them don't, some of them continue on to do great things. But that was the moment that I realized that I was worried that this book was just going to be another stereotypical fantasy with no representation and nothing different. It wasn't. I don't even know what to say with you guys right now. Like, it was just so good. I'm still kind of taking it all in, honestly. If you can get your hands on this book and read it, I recommend you doing so. There wasn't a dull moment. There wasn't a boring moment. There were so many twists and turns. There were things in this book that I didn't predict, which is like my biggest pet peeve nowadays is I just keep predicting the endings of books. Let's shift a little bit. Hi, hello, welcome to the end of this video. So for this video, I read the highest and lowest rated books on Goodreads for the letter A. And what did I learn? Well, I learned that Goodreads ratings sometimes mean stuff. And when I say sometimes, I mean in this case, both of the times they meant something. Because my lowest rated book was pretty much a DNF and a 1-star rating. And then my highest rated was a 5-star, and I loved it so much. And I can't believe that I waited this long to read it. What does that tell me? Yeah, sometimes you can listen to Goodreads. That's the moral of this video. I really enjoyed doing this though. I definitely want to do it again. I don't know if I'll do it again with the next letter in the alphabet, because this is for the letter A, or, you know, if I'm willing to try to find a different category to do this video with. If you have any ideas, let me know down below. Like, I'd love to do it with books with similar titles or something like that. Thanks for watching this video. If you've read this book, please comment down below. I'd love to talk to you about it anytime, any place, specifically in the comments. Don't talk to me about the first book, please. I don't want to talk about that book. I don't want to think about the book ever again. I forgot how my outro goes, so until next time, I'll talk to you in the comments. Bye!